Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So in this video, I'm going to take a look at Lebron James, basketball superstar, and see what he eats in a typical day now in around 2019-2020, and figure out if he's eating a high carb or low carb diet. Because back in 2014, longtime viewers of our channel might remember I made a video about LeBron when he was trying a low carb or even perhaps a zero carb diet in order to lose weight in the off season. Off-season summer weight loss. This headline says LeBron James loses ton of weight. No carb diet seems to be working, and that came from ESPN's Brian Windhorst on his Twitter. So what was LeBron eating back then in 2014 to achieve such dramatic weight loss? He said he had no dairy, no sugar, no carbs. He said he just ate nothing but meat, fish, veggies, and fruit. Now I want to point out veggies and fruit have carbohydrates, so he wasn't eating a zero carb diet, but it is definitely a low carb diet, something resembling a ketogenic diet. But as I pointed out back in 2014, he was doing this in the off season, and I didn't see how this would be sustainable once the normal NBA season started a few months afterwards, because your body needs glycogen, which comes from carbohydrates, to refill your body so you have energy to perform athletically. And I called him out on this back then. So yeah, I'd like to see, I don't want to see, but it'd be interesting to see if he tries to carry this low carb, no carb diet into the regular NBA season when it starts this fall. I'm going to come on record here and say there's no way to play NBA basketball like he does without carbs, without full glycogen tank. So looking back now to 2014, was I right in my prediction? Well, it is known that LeBron began the 2014 NBA season off with a slow start, but there are other factors that may have contributed, such as he switched teams from the Miami Heat to returning to the Cleveland Cavaliers. So yes, as you can see from back in 2014, it was pretty clear that LeBron James was interested in this low-carb diet, zero-carb, ketogenic, whichever way you want to define it, but he was avoiding carbohydrates intentionally, which I thought was irrational given the glycogen needs for professional athletes. Well, flash forward a couple years to 2016, and I saw that his opinion towards carbohydrates has changed dramatically. In this article in Business Insider about how he fuels up before games, he describes his pregame meal as something like a chicken breast and maybe a little pasta. He says the carbs help because you're going out and playing a lot of minutes, but a salad and some veggies would have me perfectly fine.
The sugars I kind of cut out, but the carbs I kind of ramp up because you're losing so many calories, you're burning so many calories, you're burning all your energy throughout those games, so I kind of go heavy on the carbs because it gives you energy, so I don't know, it's worked for me. And
so there you go. In LeBron's own words, he no longer avoids carbohydrates, and as you can see there, he fully understands their importance in refueling the body, giving it the energy that it needs to perform at the level that he needs to perform to be LeBron James. So yeah, he's no longer a low-carb athlete, and it looks like if you look at what he eats in a day, he's now moved on to a more high-carb diet. In fact, we got a glimpse of what he ate in a day in this interview on the Tim Ferriss podcast.
Yesterday I had a egg white omelet with smoked salmon and gluten-free pancakes with just berries. That was my breakfast.
So yeah, get rid of the smoked salmon and the egg white omelet, and what you're left with is a very delicious, healthy, high-carb vegan meal. I'll eat gluten-free pancakes and berries anytime.
For lunch, I had whole wheat pasta, salmon, and vegetables.
Again, just get rid of the fish bits there, and whole wheat pasta and vegetables sounds like a fantastic high-carb lunch.
And right before the game, I had a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
I love peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Who knew that was a favorite for LeBron James before a game? So I feel even better now when I make a peanut butter jelly sandwich before playing basketball.
And at halftime, I had sliced apples with almond butter on top.
So after the fully vegan peanut butter jelly sandwich before the game, at halftime, the vegan trend continues with the apple slices and almond butter.
Right after the game, Mike gave me a protein shake to put in my system right after. I downed that right after the game last night.
So in this interview on the Tim Ferriss podcast, LeBron brought along his trainer, Mike. And let's hear exactly what Mike said about the kind of post-workout, post-game nutrition that he gives LeBron.
Right after a game, I try to go light with it. I don't give him a heavy whey protein. because his body is in a recovery phase, right? And he needs to absorb everything that he can, everything clean, like we just mentioned. So I try to give him a plant-based protein powder.
Really? Plant-based? So let's find out why Mike chose intentionally to avoid animal products in LeBron's post-game nutrition.
With like an almond milk or something like that, with some fruits. And just clean calories, Tim. Just give him clean calories, because the first 30 minutes after activity, after a game, after a practice, etc., the body's like a sponge, and it's going to absorb, whatever you give it. So I just try to stay clean, stay away from animal products.
So not only is LeBron James high carb now, especially compared to what he was doing in 2014, he takes a plant-based protein, as his trainer Mike said there, and it's all about recovery, post-workout, post-game recovery, because when you perform at that level, especially at LeBron's age of 35, recovery is the most important thing of all.
The things that I started cutting down is the sugars, when it comes to the playoffs. It kind of slows down the process of recovery. In the postseason, when you're optimal recovery, when whoever can recover the fastest from game to game is going to put themselves in position to be successful the next game. So
viewers of our show will know I was pretty stoked there to see LeBron eating that banana, but in the scene before that, you may have noticed he was getting his knees iced, and that's to help reduce the inflammation that occurs after games, after exercise. And I hope LeBron gets a chance to view the great new documentary, The Game Changers, not sponsored or anything like that, because he'll see that plant-based diets help reduce the inflammation that occurs after workouts. In fact, on their website, they list a whole bunch of studies that show this very point. And furthermore, the website discusses how the anti-inflammatory nature of plant-based foods aids in muscle soreness relief, aids in supporting recovery, all of which contribute to increased athletic performance. And I have to say, anecdotally, I'm not a scientist or anything like that, but I'm 52 years old, and I've been on a vegan diet for now 9 years, and I've noticed that my recovery now at age 52 is better than it was when I was LeBron's age at 35 and not vegan. It's allowed me to continue playing basketball, and in fact, strangely, even getting better, more athletic. I can slam dunk now at age 52, whereas I could never do so before. And I attribute this to the great recovery that I get from eating a vegan diet. So for LeBron, who's 35 years old and knows that recovery is pretty much the most important aspect of training, I highly suggest that LeBron would investigate looking into eating a completely 100% vegan or plant-based diet, no animal products whatsoever, since it's the animal products that cause inflammation, which he's trying to fight against. So his body, in theory, would recover that much quicker since he has less inflammation. So, and I want to point out too, LeBron is kicking butt. I mean, his athletic ability at age 35 is pretty much not diminished a bit. I mean, he's still slam dunking like he was when he entered the league. He's leading the NBA in assists and is still in the top 10 in scoring. And the only reason is he's not any higher than that is his teammate Anthony Davis is also in the top 10. He's getting all the assists from LeBron. So leave your questions and comments down below. Yes, LeBron James is not vegan. He's not even plant-based, but he's definitely eating a very high carbohydrate diet. He's not afraid to get the carbs in for all the reasons that we discussed here. So let me know what you think about that. Let me know if you, like LeBron, have tried both low carb and high carb diets as an athlete, and how has your performance and recovery been affected by either. And like I said, mine has been nothing but positive, eating a high carb vegan diet. So let me know how your experience has been. Share this video with people who think that athletes need to be low carb when it's completely the opposite. And that's it, guys. So share, like, comment, and until next time, guys, just remember, vote vegan.
Round